Good morning, St. Anne's, and a happy Feast of the Epiphany to you. I want to offer today a couple of announcements by video, and then I'll end by sharing with you a poem for Epiphany, Journey of the Magi by T.S. Eliot. So first, Epiphany is January 6th, which is Friday this year, but we will be having our observance of Epiphany on Sunday, January 8th. This will include a baptism. It should be a fun and joy-filled day. I hope you will join us. Second, on Tuesday, January 10th, there will be in the evening a teaching on morning prayer. We've experienced morning prayer as a community praying this way over the last several months. Sophia Twaddell, who's done some teaching with us before, will give us a little bit of a background, historic overview, and some framing for us as we continue our discernment together. This is kind of a part of the series, sort of like the book, The Liturgy Explained, as we learn and discern our liturgical life together. Third, on Sunday, February 5th, Bishop Clark will be here. This is a day that you can be confirmed or received into the Episcopal Church, and your child or grandchild can receive First or Solemn Communion. So First or Solemn Communion is for children, those who have not yet received communion or those who have been receiving communion since they were a child, but would like to have a more intentional formation and expression of this part of our liturgical life. If you have questions about that, see me. This is for any kids or grandkids associated with St. Anne's. Confirmation is available for teens or adults. You can be confirmed if you would like to make an adult, mature profession of faith and join the Episcopal Church in a different sort of way. Confirmation is for those who have not been confirmed by a bishop in historic succession. So what that means is if you were confirmed in a denomination other than the Episcopal Church, the Lutheran Church, or the Roman Catholic Church, or Orthodox Church. If you were confirmed in a tradition other than that, you can be confirmed in the Episcopal Church. You could also be received into the Episcopal Church. This is for people who were confirmed in the Greek Orthodox, Roman Catholic, or Lutheran churches. And what that is sort of casting your lot with the Episcopalians, with the Anglicans, sort of joining us in this a more formal way. If you have questions about that, please let me know. Within the next week or two, I need to know those who are desiring to be confirmed, received, or take First or Solemn Communion. More on that later. Regardless, please come to church on Sunday, February 5th. It's going to be a fun day. We will also be kicking off St. Anne's celebration of our 90th year. It's a big year for us, and we want to enjoy that together. Last but not least, Sunday, January 22nd is our annual meeting. We will have a simple Eucharist followed by a shortened annual meeting because we'll be having our big potluck like we normally do for annual meeting. We'll be having that when the bishop comes instead. So it'll be a slightly shortened annual meeting this year. But back to Epiphany. This wonderful feast, I'd like to share with you a beautiful poem by T.S. Eliot, The Journey of the Magi. A cold coming we had of it, just the worst time of the year. For a journey, and such a long journey. The ways deep and the weather sharp, the very dead of winter. And the camels galled, sore-footed, refractory, lying down in the melting snow. There were times we regretted the summer palaces on the slopes, the terraces, and the silken girls bringing sherbet. Then the camel men cursing and grumbling and running away and wanting their liquor and women, and the night fires going out, and the lack of shelters, and the cities hostile and the towns unfriendly, and the villages dirty and charging high prices. A hard time we had of it. At the end, we preferred to travel all night, sleeping in snatches, with the voices singing in our ears, saying that this was all folly. Then at dawn, we came down to a temperate valley, wet, below the snow line, smelling of vegetation, with a running stream and a water mill beating the darkness, and 3 trees on the low sky. and an old white horse galloped away in the meadow. Then we came to a tavern with vine leaves over the lintel, 6 hands at an open door dicing for pieces of silver, and feet kicking the empty wineskins. But there was no information, and so we continued and arrived at evening, not a moment too soon, finding the place. It was, you may say, satisfactory. All this was a long time ago, I remember, and I would do it again, but set down this. We were led all that way for birth or death. There was a birth, certainly. We had evidence and no doubt. I had seen birth and death, but thought that they were different. This birth was hard and bitter agony for us, like death, our death. We returned to our places, these kingdoms, but no longer at ease here in the old dispensation, with an alien people clutching their gods. I should be glad of another death. I love that poem, which calls to mind the Magi reflecting back on their journey years later, how they died to themselves as they found a new way. It's a wonderful poem by T.S. Eliot. I wish you all a blessed Epiphany, and we will see you Sunday.